Hey ladies, welcome to our channel. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back for more. We really appreciate that. And if you're new here, we appreciate you too. And my name is Amanda. I am one half of the Mostly Modern Misses. My dear friend Esther is normally with me, but today I'm all by myself. I'm going to be sharing some delicious, fun, easy snack ideas for this time of year. Whether you're entertaining friends or family, or it's just for you and your immediate family, whatever your situation is, these will be the perfect treats. Of course, this time of year is filled with all sorts of yummy and sweet treats, but I did also try to incorporate a few savory items as well. And I am curious, as a snacker, are you more of a sweet tooth person? Do you gravitate towards the sugar, or do you prefer more of this savory and salty snacks? And while you're in the comments, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of all of our future videos. And you can also find our links to our Facebook and Instagram pages in the description box as well. And I will also include all of the recipes that I used in there as well. All right, well, I'm really excited to get started, so let's go. All right, the first thing I did here today was make a Christmas tree charcuterie board, and I got the inspiration from this from Munchkin Time. I did not use all of the same things that they had suggested. I used what me and my family, my kiddos especially, like to eat. You can do this as fancy or as low-key as you want. If I was hosting a party and having grown-ups attend, I would definitely choose a little bit fancier cuts of cheese and meat. But for my kids, this worked out really great. So you just build up your fruits, veggies, meats, and cheeses into the shape of a Christmas tree. Add as much green as you can. Did some rosemary sprigs there as well. And then just did a couple crackers or pretzel crisps for the trunk and the top of the tree. And then I did do a salami star cutout using a cookie cutter. That was actually my husband's idea. Next up will be rosemary spiced nuts by What Molly Made. Preheat your oven to 300 degrees. And I did double this recipe. So single recipe is 3 cups of nuts, but you'll see me doubling everything. Whole nuts mixed, and then you'll take 3 tablespoons of olive oil and heat that on the stove top. The recipe calls for fresh rosemary and thyme. I did not have fresh thyme on hand. Simmer that for 1 to 2 minutes. And then add in cayenne pepper, honey or coconut sugar, salt, and black pepper. And you'll just want to heat that through. Stir it up and mix it all together. And then pour that over your nuts. Mix it really, really well. I had to make sure I got it all in there. Make sure they're really coated well, and then you will put them on a pan and stick them in your preheated oven. I did end up putting this onto 2 separate pans after the first bake time because it did not cook enough. It recommends 15 minutes stirring halfway through, and I had to pretty much double that. They are so good. They are a little spicy, so skip the pepper if you don't like that. The next snack is Santa Crunch Popcorn by Two Sisters, and you'll start with 10 cups of popcorn. I did pop mine fresh in my whirly pop, so I did some coconut oil and some salt in there with the popcorn kernels. And then you'll dump that into a bowl once it's cooked. And then in a saucepan, you'll do 3 tablespoons of butter and 3 cups of marshmallows. It did call for mini marshmallows, but I just used the big one. Cook until it is all melted, and then you will pour that over your bowl of popcorn. You do only want to pour part of it, and you want to save part of it. So mix that all in, and then you'll put it over a cookie sheet. I would also recommend here using a bigger cookie sheet so that it kind of is a single layer. It will probably work better. You'll drizzle the remainder of your marshmallow butter topping over that. and then top it. I did mini M&Ms and some red and green sprinkles. You can use whatever toppings you want. This is delicious and it has been a favorite for my family. The next snack is Reindeer chow or puppy chow, and this one was by Savory Experiments. Start with 9 cups of Chex cereal in a bowl, and then in a saucepan you'll do a 1/4 cup of butter, 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter. Cook that up until it is melted, and then once it is removed from the heat, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I do double this recipe for the chocolate sauce, so I did double all of those ingredients with just the 9 cups of cereal. So then you'll pour the chocolate sauce over your cereal and fold it in and mix it gently. She recommended doing this in 3 batches, which I've never done before, but it actually worked out really well to help make sure everything got coated really well. So mix that in, and then next will be the topping. So take a gallon Ziploc baggie. You'll need powdered sugar and some sprinkles. Put the powdered sugar, sprinkles in the bag, mix it up so it gets all combined, and then you'll scoop some of the chocolate coated cereal into the bag and shake it around. I didn't think that there was enough in sprinkles, so I added some more. I wanted it to look really festive. So then you'll add your cereal in kind of a little bit at a time, shake it around, make sure it gets really coated, and you'll see I did this several times. And I did have to have 2 separate batches here. I put it on 2 separate cookie sheets and then chilled it for about an hour just to get it to set. And then I just stored it back into that same plastic bag after it was done chilling. Shake it up, shake it up. So there's my first batch. And the second. So yummy. So yummy. All right, next snack is a Christmas cookie dip from Old House to New Home. So you'll start with Greek vanilla yogurt. I just had plain, so I just added a splash of vanilla in. 3 ounces of cream cheese and 3 tablespoons of butter. Do make sure that these are softened. Mine were not quite softened enough, so I actually had to kind of put it aside for a little while and let it soften more before I came back and finished it. The recipe calls for anywhere from a 1/4 cup to 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. I did end up adding in the full 3/4. It was quite tangy with that Greek yogurt, so I knew my family would prefer it a little bit sweeter. So I did end up using the full 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. And then you'll do flour. I opted for gluten-free so that it would be gluten-friendly for my gluten-free people. And the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons. She did modify it. It used to have a 1/4 cup. So again, just kind of go on how thick you want it. I just did 2 tablespoons. And then add in your red and green sprinkles. And then serve it with gingerbread men cookies or whatever you want to dip it with. The next treat is called Christmas Crack, and this is by Lily at Instapix. Preheat your oven to 425. Get an 8x8 pan, and she recommends putting parchment paper down. I didn't have that, so I just sprayed it. You'll need about 16 Ritz crackers, or enough to make a single layer on the bottom of your pan. On the stove, do 1/2 cup of butter and 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and you'll want to boil this for about 3 minutes without stirring, and then you'll pour this right over the crackers in the pan, and you'll put that in the oven for 5 minutes to thicken. Then you'll take 1 cup of chocolate chips and pour that over the top and stick it back in the oven for 2 minutes to melt them, and then you'll use a spatula to spread that around and make it even, and then you can top it with whatever candies or whatever that you would desire. I would recommend not doing the M&Ms. It was quite hard to cut through. And then the last thing up for today is going to be a hot chocolate charcuterie board. And I got the inspo for mine from Aspen J. And this is one, again, you can put anything on it that you want. I was doing this for my kiddos for a little afternoon treat. So I put things on that I knew they would like. I did some crushed up mint Oreos, some mini M&Ms, some white chocolate crushed up, as well as some cinnamon hots, peppermint sticks, cinnamon sticks, and of course marshmallows. I do also have a homemade hot chocolate mix, so I put that right in the middle of my tray. And this is so fun and so simple, and again, you can customize it to however you want. And then of course any other toppings like chocolate sauce or whipped cream on the side. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming along with me and making these yummy treats. I hope you enjoyed. If you end up making some, please let me know below which ones you decide to make. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and share it with any of your friends or family members that you might think enjoy it. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to spread love. Bye.